Hi!
Hi!
So we are at Costco and we wanted to show
Costco.
you guys how we meal prep.
Yeah, so the purpose of this is, we hear from a lot of clients, a lot of people that eating healthy is expensive, and it can be for sure, but Jonah and I have over the months and years figured out different ways to make it much more affordable, which is something that's really important to us, because health and eating organic and good wholesome foods is really important, but also sticking to a budget too. So we wanted to share different ways that we do to make it affordable.
So we keep it simple, like with my clients, with the things that we do. I think simpler is way easier to follow, and it just makes your life a lot easier down the road. It is something that has to be tailored to you. And everything with my clients is always not how I do it, it's what I've learned and how we can incorporate it to you. So what better way of figuring out how we can incorporate it in your life by showing you what we do.
So a couple of ways that we make it more affordable. A huge significant difference was getting the Costco membership, since we do meal prep, and we're going to talk about the details of why we meal prep, how we do that, and how much money it saves. And so when we meal prep, we buy in bulk. And now that, we're even starting to plan a whole month out and ahead so that we can just go to Costco once a month and stock up on all of our groceries that we need, especially the meat. So Costco is a $60 annual fee. And there's a lot of organic options too, which is actually surprising and really awesome. And we buy our meat solely from Costco because we found that it was just getting way too expensive to buy meat in larger quantities just at a regular grocery store. So buying it from Costco, where it has bulk prices, definitely it brought down our grocery list by like $300 a month. And so that was really significant to us. And that's eating organic, healthy. Well, we eat organic as much as possible, not everything.
If it walks around, comes from the ground, or swims around, it's good to eat. And then follow the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time you're on point eating organic, 20% of the time you want a burger, eat a damn burger. Mm-hmm. And they just open their doors. So we're gonna head inside.
Yeah, we'll head inside. We'll show you guys what kind of foods we buy. We'll talk about our planning process, but we'll get you guys some perspective. So for meat, we got some flank steak right here. We're gonna throw this into a recipe. We got lots of stuff. We got this big old bag of chicken breasts. This whole thing we've learned will last us 2 weeks in different meals. So that takes up 2 whole weeks. This is a whole nother supplemental week. We have lots of turkey bacon here. Jonah is a big breakfast guy and he really loves turkey bacon. So this is our whole month's supply right here. This turkey breast is actually for Blue. She has a very sensitive stomach, so we actually give her turkey instead of most dog treats, so it works out. We got some Alaskan wild-caught salmon burgers. We got some all-natural ground turkey. And that's pretty much it for the meats this month. We actually had some turkey left over from our last grocery shopping. And then we also had a little extra ground beef too. So this is actually all the meat we're going to use for pretty much all of our recipes throughout the entire month. So that we got all of that taken care of ahead of time. Only one trip needed to Costco. These right here are bull sticks. Those are for Blue, obviously. They are actually kind of expensive, but definitely worth it for us because it keeps her distracted when she's going crazy. For produce here, we've got some organic bananas that were literally only like $1.50 for this whole bunch. We got some organic russet Idaho potatoes. Jonah puts these in a lot of his breakfast. He makes hash browns. We have some lemons that we juice up and we throw that into our greens in the morning, or we throw it into just a cup of water in the morning for some lemon water. These are really awesome organic apples. These are also super cheap, like $5. Brussels sprouts, we got 2 things. We're gonna have Brussels sprouts with our meals this week. We normally buy our produce week by week, where we buy all our meat in advance. We buy that once a month, and then we'll freeze what we don't use, and we'll de-thaw it when it is time to use it. For produce, we tend to buy it fresh week by week. We don't buy it ahead of time because then it would go rotten. But like potatoes, we have a whole nother thing of organic sweet potatoes here that will last us a while. So we bought those ahead of time. And LaCroix, we are big, bubbly LaCroix drinkers. We got our whipped cream for Jonah's mug cakes and whatnot. We have this giant thing of organic coconut oil. Peanut butter, a lot of egg whites for the breakfast. We have some organic almond milk. We throw this into our berry smoothies. Actually, we have a ton of frozen berries. These are triple berry of like raspberry, strawberry, or blackberry, strawberries, and blueberries. I have a breakfast smoothie, fruit smoothie every single morning, and Jonah has a like protein shake with these berries after his workouts. So we go through a lot of berries. So this should last us for an entire month. What else we got? We got some cucumbers for salads, Jonah's protein bars. And then our eggs. So Jonah does a combination between these eggs and the egg whites. So we don't actually end up buying a ton of eggs. And some organic quinoa to top it off. So this was a ton of groceries. This will last us most of the month. And then we'll buy fresh produce as we cook throughout the month. So the total for all of this, for all of what we need, was $364, which is amazing because as I was going through, I showed you guys how much of this is actually organic. So when you think that when you eat organic, this would all probably cost around, I think, $500. But we cut that down by $200 and able to eat that fresh quality food. So thank you, Costco. We got everything we need for meal prep now. Some rice. Let's do it. Let's do it. So we have our finished products here. This is shredded chicken. So lunch was actually pretty easy. That's a brown rice. Brussels sprouts, it's gonna go with that. So it's gonna just be like rice, shredded chicken, some Brussels sprouts, and a side salad. This is our dinner. This is like an Asian take on an American beef stew. So we have some flank steak in there, ginger, carrots, potatoes, cilantro, mushrooms, garlic, and lots of other seasonings and whatnot. So we're excited for that. Jonah hand squeezed all of our lemon juice for this week. And for dessert, we have, Jonah already had one, but we have homemade Reese's peanut butter cups made with pumpkin puree and organic peanut butter. So I think we did pretty good. Good eats this week. Still got lots of dishes.
Yeah, I promise I was in this video. Yeah, this is basically a lot of what our meals look like. Like I said, we want to keep things simple. And I've definitely been on the spectrum of tracking every single thing. So like looking at this soup 3-4 months ago would have given me so much anxiety because I had no idea how to calculate all that. But the point of like understanding what you eat and how portion sizes look, it all comes to an education style. Everybody's different. I like to keep it general right now. And if I do want some physique changes, then I'll get pretty specific. But right now, it's just like get all your vegetables in, get enough protein in, and you'll be in a very good spot.
All right, Jonah's being creepy. One last thing about meal prepping that we forgot to mention is that, so we tend to put things in big containers. Since we work from home and don't really like need to have a lot of to-go lunches. So we put them in big containers and we'll just spoon them out. It saves room in the fridge so we don't have a million of these in the fridge. But if you are someone who doesn't work from home and goes into an office, or you just need to take your lunches or meals to go, then There's tons of these at Walmart. Jonah will take one of these when he's like training at the gym for a while. Meal prep.
Meal prep.
Okay. How to make eating healthy more affordable. This is definitely a big challenge for a lot of people. And it was a big challenge for us too, because, you know, we're young, we're trying to build our base here. While it's super important for us to eat healthy, it's also super important for us to have it in the budget to do so. So just, yeah, what we've done that we found makes eating healthy a lot more affordable. Number one is meal prep. It seems like a lot. When we tell people we meal prep, they're like, oh, that sounds like a whole lot of work, or that sounds like it takes up a ton of time. And really, it's just try and condense all the work you already be doing throughout the entire week, but just doing it one day a week instead of doing it every single day. Honestly, saves so much time, so much money, and so much effort just to do it once a week and then have all of your food together that you can eat throughout the week. You just warm it up on the stovetop, in the oven, microwave, whatever your jam is. We just found that meal prepping is the best possible way for us to save money and effort in the long run. Today we meal prepped and it only took 2 hours, 2.5, because we added a dessert. So it doesn't normally take that long. But we cook breakfast. He cooks it every day fresh, so that saves some meal prepping time, and I just make a smoothie, so that's easy.
I love cooking breakfast.
Yeah.
And she can't cook breakfast. It's terrible. Everything else
I really
is great.
Can't cook
Everything
breakfast.
else she can cook
I'm not
just
a breakfast
fine.
person for sure. So yeah, meal prepping. If you guys have any questions on it, please do let us know, because we've been doing this for years now, and it has been a life changer. Yeah, we've been doing it for a few years. And another thing that we said earlier is Costco has been a game changer for us. I highly recommend, if there's a Costco near you, or there's Sam's Clubs or any of those wholesale grocers, to get a membership. It was $60 for an entire year, and we got tons and tons of stuff for very affordable, and it was organic, and we really love Costco. Another option is online ordering for groceries. And so, you know, we go to Costco to get a lot of the bulk stuff for our entire month, but then we order some of our weekly produce and fresh stuff and ingredients for dinners and lunches online from King Soopers. They have something called ClickList, and ordering online has saved me a lot of money, because normally when you're at the grocery store, you kind of throw in a lot of items in your cart and you're like, oh, that looks good. Especially when you're hungry, it's a terrible idea. Jonah will always try to go down the candy aisle and...
Okay, hold on. Story time.
Oh my God.
She knows candy is my weakness, and we always walk down it.
Because it's also the same aisle as the pickles.
I have to follow her because I'm the cart pusher. So she does it on purpose. It's not me, like, I'm dragging her. She does it, all right?
Yeah, but then I have to rip them out of your hands. No additional fees, just to order online and go pick it up. I think there is like a $5 delivery fee if you want to have it delivered to your house and save even more time, especially if there's any parents out there trying to savor as many minutes in the day as you can. That's a big piece for us. So it saves time and it saves money by not overspending on things that you don't actually need. And then another tip is to buy any kind of produce in season. So there's actually a website, seasonalfoodguide.org, what I go and check out all the time, and it'll show me all of the in-season produce in Colorado. That stuff is on sale. And another tip is to go to like farmers markets, or we even go to a local farm, because that's where you get like this really awesome natural organic produce, and even meats and products and honey. We get that all from the local farm, and they're actually really, really cheap and affordable. What are you doing? And like we said earlier, that it doesn't always have to be organic. Like it makes a difference just to be eating produce and eating food that comes out of the earth, rather than just processed crap for you. So yeah, you don't feel pressured to eat organic. Maybe that's something you want to do later on in life when it does become a little more feasible, but you know, we don't always pick everything organic all the time. We just do what we can when we can.
This is a big summation of what has worked for us. And this is what I try to help people do on a regular basis. And these habits are what works for us. Every Sunday, this is just what we do on Sunday, you know? So that's not to say this is the only possible way that you could save money or make meal prepping a part of your daily lifestyle. Like I've been harping in the whole video, keep things simple. So if it makes more sense for you to meal prep twice a week, like Sunday and a Wednesday, then boom. Or if it's something that like you have to cook daily, that's not a problem. But it's all has to take in consideration what your personal goals are, what your health goals are. Like ultimately, we should be eating whole foods that we make ourselves, and it just comes down to what you're willing to change. And it's not easy all the time. Like she reminded me that we've been doing this for years, and I definitely forgot that when we were in college, she was helping me gain weight, and we had buckets of food. This is what works for us, and it's all about finding what works for you.
Yeah, so we hope this helps a little bit, because being healthy and having a healthy lifestyle shouldn't be expensive. It shouldn't be inaccessible. It should be something that is very possible for everyone. I think it's definitely worth it to have a good quality life and to have, you know, to feel good, to let your body feel good and prevent disease and cure disease too.
Shameless plug. If you need help doing any of that, this is what I do for a living. I love helping people find what's going to make them get to their goals the fastest way possible, being as healthy as possible, and making sure that taking these complicated issues and breaking them down into smaller steps gets you where you want to go. So just let me know.
Jonah Mitchell Fitness, www.jonahmitchellfitness.com.
Soon we're going to put Hannah's name on there somewhere.
No.
Soon.
No.
But yeah, I'm going to do the dishes now.
All right. Bye, guys.